point of market entry is actually something we alluded to back in receptivity.
Okay.
But people actually move into and out of markets all the time. So let's go back to the example of children's products. Before you either have a kid or are expecting a child, you probably don't care about things like diapers and formula and toys and bottles and all of this stuff. You're not in that market yet, so you don't care. Now, as soon as you are expecting a child or think about adopting a child or whatever, all of a sudden, light switch flips on and all of a sudden you are now, 5 billion% more interested in this stuff than you ever were. That's what's called a point of market entry. Okay. So people move into and out of markets. So that moving out of it is a point of market exit. And the general rule is for some specific types of value, like children's products, there are very well-defined points of market entry. And before that point of market entry, people are almost not receptive at all. People don't care.
I could see that.
After that point of market entry, people are really receptive. People care a lot. Okay? So the point of market entry is where people, start being receptive and start seeking information about this stuff. So the more quickly you can reach them right after, almost immediately after they reach that point of market entry is a really good thing because then you become the standard by which all of the rest of the things in that market are compared. So that's why take companies like Procter & Gamble and Kimberly-Clark and Unilever and Johnson & Johnson and whatever spend a lot of time and energy figuring out points of market entry. And, now it's not uncommon, if you deliver a child in a hospital, the hospital has these gift packs that are put together by these companies that have diapers, that have formula, that have bottles, that have, all of these things, and it's free value. But essentially, that is a form of advertising immediately after the point of market entry, because that's about as close as they can get to it.
Well, it's kind of like when you change your address at the post office and you get all those coupons from
Brilliant example. Yeah.
Home Depot and everyone who would want you if you were trying to furnish a new house.
You just moved.
Yeah.
You need stuff. That's a point of market entry
that makes sense.
Opportunity. So, and this is a little bit difficult to talk about because it's very dependent on the market that you're serving or the type of value that you're providing. There are some markets that don't really have defined points of market entry. Think about something like restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hungry. Well, you're hungry like 3 or 4
you're
or 6
available.
times a day. Yeah, it's like there's not really like a clear defining moment when you're in this market or not. But for some markets, childcare is one. We talked in the last one about insurance. That's one. Like you're 16, you need a car. Even things like Gillette, which was just recent, a couple years ago acquired by Procter & Gamble, had a policy that at a certain age, and they would actually get information from schools, they would provide free razors. A free, Mach 3 or, all of these things, because that was right about the point where growing adolescent boys were starting to think about shaving. And, they wanted to be the standard by which everything else in the market was evaluated.
That makes sense.
And it really worked because Gillette has something like a 90+% share of the shaving market.
That's major.
And that strategy was actually a big part of getting to that point. So, depending on what you're offering, pay attention to, is there a clearly defined point of market entry, purchasing a pet, for example, or is there a clearly defined point of market exit in your customers don't need you anymore? And receptivity is really, really impacted by these points of market entry and points of market exit. So the more you can pay attention to and focus your energy on talking to your prospective customers right after they reach the point of market entry, that will be the point where your marketing activities are most rewarded.
Nice.
Right. That's point of market entry.